I think it's time we learned a little bit more about this earth we live on.
We got our pause for station identification. We'll be right back. Lionel Hampton. Thank you, Lionel. Real nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, we got backstage to it now. Oh, yeah. That was all right. Lionel, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're doing us a great favor. Thank you, Lionel. Lionel, thank you. Starts here, then we... Thank you very much. In a couple of minutes, you're going to hear from Lionel Hampton. He'll be playing with Paul in our band. And tomorrow on the program, from ABC News, Sam Donaldson will be here, their White House correspondent, and singer Ima Sumac. And from Saturday Night Live, Jan Hooks. That will be tomorrow. And Lionel Hampton is about to join us in a couple of... kind of commotion. Well, look at there. I'll be darned. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our little leprechaun friend, Chris Elliott. Chris, nice to see you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Dave.
I guess you brought us a holiday wish of goodwill and good luck, and perhaps you're going to read for us now a magical limerick, something like that, huh?
Well, that's a good idea, David. I think I'll entertain you all with a little jig. And here I go. You can help me along by clapping. Now, come on. 1,
okay, a
2,
little jig.
3, 4. Let's go. 1. Ah, not so loud, man. Not so loud. Your damn clapping sounds like thunder in me wee ears.
Oh, I'm terrible.
Okay, come on. Here I go.
Okay, a little jig.
Oh, Dave, me boy. I think I'm going to be sick.
Oh, well, maybe, Chris, why don't you lie down a little bit, Chris? Just rest for a second.
No, I'm serious, Dave. I think I am going to be sick. I'm all right. It's just I've been up early. I haven't had a lot to eat. I was at the parade at around 10 with a couple of buddies from Passaic.
Yeah.
I've been there all day. I think I'll be all right. Let me just go ahead and do this stupid jig here. I'm sorry. Can I borrow your mug a second?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Chris, thank you.
I'm fine. Let me just go on.
Chris, why don't you, why don't you have Wendell drive you home or something?
No, I think I'm going to walk, Dave. I think the fresh air will probably do me good.
Okay, good.
I'll be fine. And a happy St. Patty's Day to everybody.
Okay, Chris. Thank you very much. That certainly was mystical, wasn't it? Our next guest has been performing for the last 60 years and has well earned the right to be called a legend. He has worked with the likes of Louis Armstrong, Benny Goodman, and Nat King Cole, and he is the man credited with making the vibes a jazz instrument. Here tonight with Paul and our band, it's a pleasure to welcome Lionel Hampton. Lionel, how are you? Nice to see you.
ba 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 ba. Hey, mama, look at sis. She's out in the backyard doing the twist, doing the boogie woogie, doing the woogie, doing the boogie boogie woogie, woogie all night long. Yeah. I got a gal. She's long and tall. She sleeps in the kitchen with her feet in the hall, doing the boogie woogie. Do the boogie woogie. Do the woogie 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 all night long. Yeah.
Folks, very nice. Come on over. Have your feet up here. Thank you so much. Nice job. Sounded terrific.
Yeah.
Now, what are you playing over there? Those are vibra harp.
Yeah. Well, one company makes the Bible harp, another company makes the Bible phone.
And what's the xylophone? That's the
that's the wooden instrument. Yeah. That's the daddy of the vibes.
From which these have evolved.
Yeah.
And what are marimbas?
Marimbas, that's something else that involved from the xylophone.
And you can play them all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Pretty much the same kind of deal, huh?
Yeah, the same keyboard.
Yeah. Tell me your joke.
Tell you a joke?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. A St. Patrick joke, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know...
It was your idea.
Well, you know, down in Atlantic City, everybody goes down to the gambler, you know, mostly primary. And so the kids can't gamble in the casino, so they're...
Be 21, I guess.
Yeah, they gamble in the street. So street kids gambling out in the street, and they were shooting dice, so the priest, the padre of the community, came by and said, boys, throw those dice away. Said, that's a sin, gambling. Said, you do throw them away, and I'm going to show you how to make an honest dollar, make an honest buck. So he said, the first one to tell me who's the most famous man in the world will get this buck. So he asked the little Mexican boy, and the little Mexican boy said, Father, said, we in Mexico had a great liberator, and he liberated and gave freedom to Mexico, and he's the most famous man in the world. Pancho, not
Pancho
Pancho.
Villa. Juan Pizarro.
Yeah, one of those, one of those cats. One of those cats
One
like
of those cats, right.
Juarez.
Juarez, yeah,
okay.
right. Magellan, any of them.
Yeah, right. So then he said he was famous, but not the most famous man in the world. So he asked a little black kid, he said, who's the most famous man in the world? So he said, Marvin Hagner, father.
Marvin Hagner.
Yeah, because he's a great fighter, see. He said, well, he's famous, but not the most famous man in the world. Then he asked a little Jewish boy, said, tell me, son, who's the most famous man in the world? So the kid said, St. Patrick, father. So his father gave him the money. He said, but son, tell me how you happen to arrive at the right answer. He said, Father, deep down in my heart, I know it was Moses, but business is business.
Business is business. We'll do a commercial. We'll be right back here. We're almost out of time. Lionel, nice to see you again. Thank you very much for coming. Delightful to listen to you play.
Thank you.
Ricardo Montalban, could that have been it?
No.
My thanks also to Catherine Harold and everybody who helped us out with Stupid Petricks. Tomorrow, kids, from ABC News, Sam Donaldson, Ema Sumac, and from Saturday Night Live, Jan Hooks. Thank you, folks. Goodbye.
Most people are starting to wake up to this entire narrative being a lie from the very beginning, and it's why they want to censor people. The main tool that they're concentrated on is 9/11 and Flat Earth. So that's how you know when something is real. If they're wanting to censor something this bad, why would you be censoring people speaking about Flat Earth when they have always placed them as being the dumbest people around? Right? If I wanted to come out and say that, I know an old woman that lived in a boat, you wouldn't censor that person, would you? I know an old woman that lives in a boat. You wouldn't censor that person, would you?
I'll do anything, including feeling worse, as long as the worse is a drug on me. That's it. That's it. Real. Flat Earth. Real.
Now, children, I think it's time we learned a little bit more about this Earth we live on. Now, children, I think it's time we learned a little bit more about this Earth we live on.
You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe.
Now, children, I think it's time we learned a little bit more about this Earth we live on.
Of flat Earth in particular, it deals with like epistemological subjects, and special, like you need to describe all of them and then like point out the characteristics and like tie them all to the ideologies you're studying. And I pretty much like chose flat Earth because I was familiar with it. It started kind of influencing my social media, like I think like half a decade ago. I think like 5 years ago, 2014, 2015.
Yep.
I started seeing it and like I became interested in it because it kind of was strange to me that this movement would even surface at like this time. And
Right.
I don't know. I seen a lot of forum posts on it, and I didn't really know what to think of it. Like I didn't know what the consensus was, or like what the main ideas were on until I like started researching it very recently. So
Sure.
if you have like any questions about like the topics we're about to, I prepared like I have like
Oh
three
yeah, yeah,
sheets
yeah.
of
Yeah, go ahead.
questions.
Go ahead. Let's just get right to it.
Right, yeah. So I guess if you have any other questions for me based on like what I've said so far, then feel free to just let me know.
Only what university? Just because I'm curious.